Hey Dax, what was it like to be part of the offense today? You guys have been rolling fairly consistently in the first three games, and it just didn't seem to have the same cohesiveness. What did it feel like out there?
It felt kind of frustrating at first because we showed that we could move it really well just on that first drive, and it was unfortunate what happened, and we'll get better from that mistake from Neil. But that stuff happens, and so throughout the game, I thought that we still were able to move the ball. I mean, at halftime we had around 300 yards offense, and so I knew we weren't in trouble. I just think we just needed to clean up a couple things, and we'd be all right.
Yeah, Dax, one of the bigger offensive plays of the game was on that 3rd and 6, and you had tight coverage down the sideline, and Zach just threw it up to you, just trusting you. Can you maybe describe that play and maybe the trust that you have with Zach and that connection and what's gone into that?
Yeah, that play was definitely a big one. I knew they were bringing a lot of pressure in the box, and so I knew Zach needed somewhere to go quick, and I think it just comes down to our chemistry and just what we've done, working hard in the offseason and past years, and it was a great throw by him. He put it right where only I could get it, and we made it happen.
Hey, Josh Newman and then Jared Lloyd. Still muted, Josh.
Sorry about that. Dax, just to kind of follow up those first two questions, on that third touchdown drive, did it feel like things kind of came together after a tough offensive day? Zach seemed like he was in a groove. You guys ran the ball effectively. Did it seem like things kind of came together on that third touchdown drive?
Yeah, for sure, I'd say that. We definitely were able to, I think, find a groove. It was kind of a collective, like, okay, here we go. We know what we can do, and let's keep doing it.
Dax, there's a lot of players on this team that are veterans. Did you ever feel like there was any time when people were pressing, because you guys aren't accustomed to, maybe being in a close game, and it seemed like maybe there might have been people pressing at times. How as a leader and experienced guy, do you kind of try and dial that back and get back into, playing the type of game you guys are capable of playing instead of trying to do too much?
Yeah, I think the veterans were able to kind of just lead the team, because in the past we've seen games where we played teams that we should have beaten, and so we knew that was in the back of our head, and we knew that we just didn't want to make that happen again, and so I think everyone was able to lean on the veterans and focus up and make plays.
Hey, Jacob Hatch and then Norma.
Dax, I wanted to ask, what was the message from the coaching staff, I guess you guys as a receiver group, to Neil after that early miscue?
Yeah, I wasn't around Neil right after. I'm sure a lot of people were talking about him or talking to him, but I know I went over to him, and it was kind of a similar conversation, because a couple games ago when I muffed the punt and everyone rallied around me, and so I just told them that, hey, I think we'll be all right. We're going to come right back to you next time we get it. And I just said, hey, let's think of it this way. We just say we punted it on the first possession that we had starting the game, and the ball would have been around the same spot. And so I think I told them that, yeah, it's just we kind of got a good feel for what we're doing. We know we can move the ball now. We'll be all right.
Hey Dex, Coach mentioned earlier that he felt that this type of game maybe you guys would have lost a couple years ago, and it brings to mind last year's games at Toledo and USF. How do you think the mentality has grown since last year to be able to finish out these games and close them out?
Yeah, definitely. I kind of mentioned it earlier. Having those games in the back of our head, those haunt us, and I think it just comes down to we all. For me personally, I hate losing more than I love winning, and so when playing teams that everyone expects us to beat or blow out, I think it just comes down to just doing our job and on every single play, and it'll work out. So I'm glad that we were all able to just be mature about this game, and a win's a win. So.
Thanks, Dax. That's it.
Cool.